you about stress because it's something that is super relatable because we all experience to some degree an amount of stress in our lives, whether it be from work, financial stress, or stress from just family or relationships. There's always something that can be adding stress into our lives, and it's super important that we know how to manage it and deal with it because too much stress can lead to hair loss, it can accelerate aging, and then it can also lead to other health conditions. So it's really important, again, that we learn how to manage our stress. So I'm going to share with you today 4 ways to help you minimize the effects of stress on your life. So tip number 1 is to keep a clean environment. It helps your mind to clear up when your space is clear of clutter. So for instance, one small little thing that I do every single day that really makes a big difference is I make my bed every single morning. It only takes like a minute or 2 max to really get it together, and it makes me feel so much better. The days that my bed doesn't get made, which are very few, but if it does happen, I just feel off the whole day, and every time I walk into my room, I just get a little yucky feeling. Because your room is like your tranquil space, so being able to see it fresh and clean will really help to clean your mind as well and help you feel just a little bit better. So it's a small thing, but it does make a difference. And another thing you can do to help if you're one of those people that just tends to have a really cluttered, messy house is to clean as you go. It's so much easier to kind of put things away as you take them out and use them than it is to have a huge mess and then have to tackle a big project of putting everything away. So like dishes, I'll tend to clean my dishes while I'm cooking. So after I'm done using it, I clean it right away because I'm in the mode. Where after I've eaten, it's much harder for me to like go back to it and then clean everything up. Same thing with laundry. As soon as it's done in the dryer, I like to try to fold it. I'll put on a show, sometimes The Office or Friends or something kind of mindless that I don't have to really pay attention to too much, and then I'll fold while I do that. Another easy change that can be a culprit for a lot of people is your clothes when you get home from work. Just toss them into the laundry bin so that way they're just out of your way and you're not thinking about them. They're not on the floor or on top of furniture or anything like that. And going along the same lines, try to be as minimalistic as possible. So that means don't hold on to things that you know you're never going to use or that you don't need. If you have things that have just been sitting around and you've had them forever and you never use them and you're just thinking, oh, one day I might use it, but you haven't used it in like 3 to 5 years, then just get rid of it. And if the time comes down the road that you really do need it, it's probably not something that's super expensive, so it's easy to just go out and buy it again. So try to do that. I do that with my closet, and I just do that with things in my drawers, my other closets, just stuff that are around. So try to get rid of things and keep, your space pretty clear of junk. Receipts are another thing. Mail is another thing that can pile up ridiculously, and most of it you don't need. Like most of my mail ends up in the trash. I probably keep like 5% of it. So there's a tip for you. Keep your environment clean. So tip number 2 is to make some quiet time, especially if you have a really busy, stressful job or at home you have a lot of kids running around and it's just super busy. Try to get 10 minutes alone with yourself and your thoughts that you can just have quiet. I personally like to use an app called Headspace. It's a free meditation app. There are like things that you can buy through the app, subscriptions and stuff, but they do have some free ones that you can try. And when I'm really stressed out, it feels really good to just sit down in quiet for 10 minutes and just, focus on breathing. I saw research once that said it only takes a little bit more than 3 minutes of breathing deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth to reset your brain and bring all that oxygen flow to your brain and make you less stressed. So 3 minutes of deep breathing would be great, but if you can really get 10 minutes, that's ideal. And in those 10 minutes, you really can do whatever you want. Maybe you enjoy bubble baths, maybe you enjoy praying, or just being alone with your thoughts and being able to just think for 10 minutes without having distractions, or maybe meditation's more your thing, whatever it is, but just 10 minutes alone of quiet time. Some people also like to read, that's another option, but whatever it is you like to do, just 10 minutes of alone time. Tip number 3 is to exercise for at least 30 minutes 3 times a week. When you exercise, it releases endorphins, which give your body a sense of well-being and happiness and decreased stress. Plus, exercise has so many other health benefits as well. So whether you prefer to go out for a 30-minute walk or a run, or you like to hit the gym, just find what exercise works for you. I also really like to do yoga. It's not as much cardio, but it is very stress relieving, and you do get some meditation time usually built in at the end, so it can kind of count and double as your quiet time as well as your exercise. And my last tip, tip number 4, is to evaluate your schedule and then clear your plate of anything that isn't absolutely necessary or that benefits you or brings you joy. So take a look at all the things that you're filling your time with that are adding to your stress. And if you have things on there that, aren't totally necessary to either, your family or your health or your job or anything like that, or if it's things that, you're just filling time with, but you really don't enjoy doing it anymore and it's not benefiting you, then try to scratch it off and decrease the amount of responsibilities that you have on your plate. And sometimes that alone just makes all of the difference. So that's all we got for today, and I hope that this was beneficial to you and was able to shed some light on some different areas that you may be able to incorporate into helping decrease your stress. If you have any comments or suggestions for future topics that you'd like to share, you can leave them down in the comments below. Also, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, you can do that now at the end of this video. And until next time, have a good day. Bye.